Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to Paris on a lovely, sunny, kinda cold, kinda windy Sunday. It is absolutely stellar weather outside. It is currently 12 degrees Celsius and you're watching V1 Aviation live here at beautiful Paris CDG airport. My name is Bart and Emre is saying Emirates A380 and Etihad A380. Yes, we just saw the Emirates landing, and fingers crossed that we're going to see more. It's been a while that I've been streaming, so I'm sorry if I'm a bit rusty, but good to be back out here streaming for you all. It will not be the longest stream because we still have to drive back to Holland. Let me know if the audio is okay. And the first proper plane for today is going to be Air France flight 53 A350-900 coming in from Washington. Let's see what today is going to bring. Should be expecting the LATAM Dreamliner as well. There we go, if the camera wants to focus. There it is. Alright, sound is good. Good to know. Alright, oh, again the focus goes away. It's hard to see the screen. Alright, enjoy the A350. Good morning, Mark. Nice to see you live again. Yes, it does feel good to be live again for sure. And indeed, Anders, it's been a while, but couldn't resist popping up a stream here at Paris. Been a very, very, very productive weekend. I'm here with Kevin from Flight Fanatics. He's currently in the chat as well. And yeah, it's been good fun so far. Some very nice planes. Yesterday, filmed my absolute highlight clip, a night landing of the FedEx MD-11. So can't wait to show that one in next week's video. But yeah, good to have you all back in the chat. Like I said, it's been a while. Feels good to be back. I checked the last stream was on July 26th in Frankfurt. And my guess is that if I'm gonna stream again, it will be in Frankfurt again. And that should be this year. So, oh, we have a takeoff, Air France 350. Paris is a challenging airport, but it's very, very nice nonetheless. Where are you? I completely missed it. There we go. Welcome, aviation guy. And indeed, there's currently, I think, 20-ish FedEx MD-11s still active. And of course, UPS flies them, but it's in Europe. There's maybe 2 airports that they fly to. It's Ostend in Belgium and very, very rarely to Paris. If it comes in, it's on a Saturday, and it actually was yesterday that we saw it actually coming in, so really, really lucky on that one. Alright, we got another takeoff. So, for those who don't know, the takeoffs happen on the inner runway and the landings happen on the outer runway. But the reason that we're actually back here is that last time I was here with Kevin in May, if you guys remember, I did a stream there as well. The outer runway on the northern side of the airport was closed, so there were no landings, and that is one of the best spots. But now the inner runway is closed, or the inner runway is closed, so they even take off from the outer runway, which is really cool. so be filming a lot out there, but it's beautiful sunny weather, but the light is a little bit hazy and it's really hard to see the camera screen. Really wanted to stream from that side, but it was just too challenging. All right, we got another landing. Air France coming in from Toulouse. And welcome, Jim. Didn't see your message earlier, but oh yeah, Frankfurt did get them as well. It's really rare. Even on airports like Cologne, where UPS is based, well, the European hub of UPS is based, it's a rare sight. Awesome. But yeah, good fun to be back out streaming. But I think I'll be streaming till somewhere around 12, and then we have to head back to the Netherlands, which is roughly 5 hours and a bit of driving. So of course it would be nice to keep on streaming forever, but sometimes you just have to pack up and decide to just be home on time as well. And Kevin coming in with a €6 super chat. Thanks, mate. Saying Latam is on final approach, or Latam is on approach. It absolutely is. Like I said, Kevin is standing right behind me. He has a YouTube channel as well, and he is 1 subscriber away from 3,000. So who's going to be the one to give him the 3K? But thanks again, mate, for that one. Much appreciated support. And indeed, Latam is on its way. It's going to be epic. Never ever filmed Latam here before, and I'm sorry if I'm every now and then away from the microphone. Oh, we got Amelia, that's nice. But my microphone is fixed on my streaming box. Usually it's on my camera, but on Paris I have to put my tripod really high up to actually clear the fences. Aviation guy saying going to Amsterdam on the 21st, from the 21st to the 23rd. That's awesome, mate. Really hope the weather is going to be in your favor. Amsterdam is always good fun. Can be a challenging airport, but even a challenge could be nice. Yeah, Jim, but I can't, and that's the big downside. Due to the fact that I work at the airport, I can't stream from the airport, so there will be no streams from me at Amsterdam, especially in the upcoming years. I really do miss streaming at Amsterdam. I miss streaming in general, but it's just too much of a hassle to drive abroad every weekend to stream. But who knows what next year will bring. Maybe I'll be going abroad more, maybe to Brussels because it's a little bit closer. But who knows? But for now, every time I do a trip, I try to squeeze in a stream between spotting and driving back home. So that's the reason why I just went out for a stream today. Oh, February, that's nice, aviation guy. Actually, February is pretty good at Amsterdam. No, Amelia did fly the, what was it, the E135, I think, or E145 to Amsterdam frequently, but I haven't seen him in a while either. And of course, the infamous coffee cup. Alright, so it looks like there's a heavy on the runway for takeoff. So to give you guys an ID, that tail is all the reference we have from this spot to actually see if there's a plane taking off or not. I have to lock my tripod because all the cables are like maximum tension. And it looks like it's rolling. Let me quickly check which one that is. That is Air France flight number 918 to Brazzaville on an A330. Awesome. Behind that we have a 777-200 to Bangalore as Air France 194. Alright, let's see if I can actually film this one. If I can find it. There it is. Stunning. Alright, let's punch in digitally and let's just follow it for a moment. Beautiful. Alright, by the looks of it, LATAM is on approach. So, fingers crossed. Let me double check. Kevin, is that the LATAM, Kevin? LATAM? LATAM. Nice. Alright, Kevin. Confirm. And yeah, I'm standing next to a road. I'm sorry for the noises every now and then. And Han, good to see you too, mate. Secondary street next to AMS on my first. Awesome. And saying, can you come to Copenhagen? It's a challenging airport, but who knows? Never say never. But let's enjoy the LATAM, everybody. I'm gonna film it, so I'm gonna be quiet so you guys can enjoy it. Lovely. So good to see LATAM. Just a little bit of variety in between all the Air France planes. And there we have Brian. Good morning, Casey, Rally and Planes. Good to see you back live. Thanks, mate. Feels good to be back for sure. And I'm sorry that I haven't really been active on checking in on your streams lately. Just been filming, absolutely. You can almost call it grinding. Video at Amsterdam, been to Brussels lately. In July went to Frankfurt, been to Liège 2 times now. Now, of course, Paris. But hopefully next weekend, if you're going to be live next weekend, I'll tune in. But good to see you in the chat, mate. An aviation guy saying, how do you follow the plane so smooth? Practice, mate. Practice makes perfect. Now, I just have a decent video tripod and a camera with good stabilization. And if you know how the stabilization works, you can just adjust accordingly with panning. Pavel saying every day. Well, if you can get me an apartment here, I might do it. And there's the next one. Nice Air France A320 at the beautiful Wookiee house. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's gonna make a nice sound again. And for the frequent viewers, you know exactly. No Wookiee hull, just smooth sailing there. And welcome home to whoever is on board. But I see some new names in the chat, so welcome to all the new people. If you're actually new here, my name is Bart. host and founder of General Aviation. Based in Amsterdam, did some streams in Amsterdam, or some. I've been streaming for years in Amsterdam, not lately, but I always try to do a stream when I go abroad. So quickly follow Bulgaria and then back for another heavy on approach. And morning Matthijs, good to see you. Alright, and straight back to another heavy. And the good thing about Paris, it can get quite busy. One's in, the other one's going out. Looks like another 777 to me, and the 300 that is. And as you guys can hear, it's pretty windy. Let's punch in and follow it for a little bit longer. Good one, Jim. And yeah, Han, the microphone is on the streaming box because well, maybe I can change it to the other side. So give me a second. It might get a little bit clunky in the sound. So give me a brief moment. Let me switch the microphone around, maybe that works. I have to go through all the cables here. Maybe this works. Let's see if this works. Yeah, Han, it also depends on where I'm standing, because at Paris, of course I can't really see it here. Oh, there's an ETA coming to rolling by soon. But in Paris everything is really high up. So I have to put my tripod really high. Oh, there's a truck. I have to put my tripod really high up to actually get elevated enough to just clear the fence line. So my microphone is now fixed on my streaming box, which is like a little bit lower on my tripod. Because if I put it on my camera, you guys can't even hear me probably. So I have to try and stay at the microphone as much as possible. Is it the Delhi? Another Air France 350. And that one is going to be, let me turn the camera a little bit more, so you guys can actually see its approach. There it is. Coming in from Detroit is Air France 377. And there's another 350 taking off. So let's do the big switcheroo, follow takeoff, and then immediately switch back to landing. Wherever it is, there it is. And straight back to landing. There we go, Air France 377 from Detroit. A350-900, that is. yeah, Casey, that indeed works like a charm. But I am not streaming enough to actually make that investment. I rather, at the moment, invest in trips, because of course I'm not streaming as much as I used to. And on approach, final approach, Air India flight 147 from Delhi in 9.5 hours ago departed with a 787-8. Let's follow that one. Enjoy. Beautiful. I don't know why, but that cream color on the Dreamliner really looks good. Virgin uses it, if I remember correctly. Well, maybe not the exact same one, but it just looks, I don't know, it looks more classy than just Euro white, as we call it. No, indeed, Han, can't have it all. Paris is, how do I explain this? Paris is an airport that it's very challenging to get a good location, but the moment you have a good spot, good light and good planes, it's actually amazing. Yeah, is goed. So we have another heavy on approach. Let me do the big switcheroo to approach. Let me open up flight radar and see what we got going on. Yeah, indeed, Jim. But they actually are flying at Amsterdam again with the Dreamliners as well. They have been flying with the 777s for quite a while, but they're back with the Dreamliners. Alright, Air France flight 7 from JFK. Not gonna film this one. I am actually gonna film this one. I have been filming so many planes, folks. I can make, I think, 5 or 6 videos from Paris, which is really good. Alright, enjoy AF7. Wow, creamy white engines. That means it's really, really humid. Now look at that. This is gonna be a very nice shot. If I zoom out a bit, we're gonna get 2 777s in one picture. Wow, that was cool. Oh yeah, white gone dirty. That's a good one, Brian. So how's everybody been doing? I've actually been, like I said, I've been doing pretty good. Been filming a lot. Amsterdam, Frankfurt, Liège, Brussels, now Paris. So been some good fun, much streaming, much video. So all in all, doing pretty good. We have another rumbling GE90 coming by. Oh no, it's a Trent, because it's a 350. Just beautiful. we have a little nugget on approach for once. Looks like an E190. It is. And the light today is absolutely beautiful. But the first Paris video will actually be a night video, because for once I've had enough night clips to actually make a night video. So I really can't wait to show you guys that, which will include the FedEx MD-11. For me a highlight because it's an MD-11 and because it's a night shot, one that I have been wanting to make for a very long time. Alright, we got another heavy going, another A350. Let's do a little close-up takeoff there. For me, it's funny because I actually really enjoy, oh wow, I really enjoy seeing the complete plane, but I don't know, there's something to it when the planes just appear from underneath the surface, and just the moment they rotate, they slowly climb up from the horizon and just take off with all the Air France tails in the background. I don't know, Paris is just something else. And Jan Dora Kokanya. Hey love. Baby's in the chat as well. Planes and coffee. Just look how immensely big the 777-300 is. There we go. Oh, I have my camera on manual focus, and instead of zooming, I actually hit the focus button, or the focus ring. So there we go. And for those wondering, there's more runways here as well. That is runway 09 left. That's actually where I was this morning, and basically where we spent most of the mornings and late afternoons, because the light is actually beautiful out there. And Jim saying, been a roller coaster, your dear grandpa passed away. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Really sorry to hear that. He was 75 years old. Wow, that's a young age. So he went to China all alone traveling the A350. From what I've heard is that China 350s have a really good surface. So in a really sad, bad situation like you were in, I hope that at least the service was comforting enough. But it's always, like I said, even in a sad situation, it's always good to have a little spark of light flying a nice airplane. Alright, let's just see this rollout. I'm quickly gonna grab a sip of coffee, so give me a moment. Alrighty, back again. But yeah, so far the Paris trip has been fruitful. It's been long days, 14-15 hour days from sunrise, well pre-sunrise to nighttime spotting, but it's always so worth it. I don't know how to explain it, but just driving up and down to Amsterdam airport for a couple hours of spotting is just something else than driving abroad and just focusing all weekend on just spotting and capturing as many beautiful planes as possible. There's just something to it. If I'm correct, we're gonna have my way my way or the highway, which is flying for Senegal. And Senegal is actually a beautiful livery, but they are currently not flying. I think it's My Way. Yeah, My Way Airlines flying to Dakar. It's going to line up soon. First up is Air France going to Rio with the 777-200. Then Paris to Lima, another 777, this time a 300 as Air France 500. But first is Air France 512. And then is the My Way to Dakar. Let's see if we're gonna be able to get another nice close-up of takeoff. You guys will see what I mean. You can see the plane and then it just rotates and it slowly shows itself with the Air France tails and the terminals in the background. So cool. The beautiful wing flags. The beautiful light. Just amazing. Just amazing. And there in the background you can see the Air India tail. Like I said, especially at Amsterdam or Frankfurt, there's a lot to show when there's nothing happening. But Paris is just, the runways, the outer runways are like elevated. So the airport is a little bit like, how do you say it? Fenced in or fenced off? A little bit secluded. That's the one I was looking for. Just checking flight radar to see if there's anything interesting on approach. There's a nugget coming in. There's an Air France A350 from Boston coming this way. I should set up my filters. CDG inbound and outbound. Oh, look at that. The Airbus A380 just took off from the northern runways. And Babe Nati coming in with a beautiful, beautiful warm heart in the beautiful sunny morning. Kokantje partje kukanje. Thank you so much, love, for always supporting the channel. Kokantje partje. Just look at it go. What a machine it is. And it looks like we're getting a China 777 taking off in a bit as well. And that one was for you, babe. Kokantje partje. Is it going short, or am I crazy? Or is it just taxiing? It's really odd to see a plane rolling there. It is taxiing, which is really strange. Because that means if it's taking off, it's going to the other side of the airport, but all the way around. But on the runway right now is My Way flight HC404 to Dakar. Like I said, a really interesting plane, for that matter. Don't see them that often. They're flying for Senegal now, and there it goes. So I'm gonna film this one and enjoy it. it blends in really well with the Chinese airlines, which also have a little red / dark blue text on the text on the side with a red / blue logo on the tail. And I am next to a road and some people really drive fast here, so my bad. And look at that, all the narrows waiting to cross. It's like a synchronized dance. Really funny to see. So let me open up Flight Radar again and see what we got going on. On the northern side, it's really interesting for those who know Paris airport. If you open a Flight Radar right now, it's actually pretty interesting because it is my bad. There's a, we call it a blind spot on Flight Radar on the northwestern side of the airport. There's a blind spot, which is really funny because a lot of airplanes don't even show up on radar, and then all of a sudden you're at the runway and it's there. Really interesting. We have another A350 taking off, so let's follow that one. Yeah, indeed, it's a pretty cool airline. I agree on that one, Casey. Something I'm trying to check, but I can't really find. There's one Queen flying in and out of Paris daily, and that's a UPS Queen, and I'm really trying to figure out where it is. I haven't seen it taking off. Maybe I have to look a little bit further on Flight Radar to see if I can find it, but I have not seen it taking off yet. So fingers crossed that it's still here, because it would be amazing to actually capture a Queen. How about that? There's only one Queen at Paris. Imagine if I can just call in a Queen time on a stream today. But first up, let's just punch it in, because why not? Air France 350 rolling in. There we go. Flaring out. 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Really smooth landing there. If I'm correct, Air France has 38 A350s, and I think I've seen them all this week. Oh wow, that was a cool shot. That was for sure a cool shot. Oh, that would have been a beautiful thumbnail for a stream. New coming in, old going out. And ooh, that's a good one, Jim. As far as I know, they don't. I know that they fly to Liège with the 742, but I'm not sure if they fly to Paris. It could be though, but if it is, it's really unique. There's another 777, if I'm correct, rolling down. Runway 08 left, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the 300. And I see a big plane on approach again as well. So it is heavy hour, it is rush hour, it is power hour here at Paris Airport. And show that nose, come on, there we go. Going to cross the tower, which is pretty cool too. There we condensation there. Wing fluff. Very cool. Oh no, it was a narrow body, but doesn't matter. There's some really good action going on here. I just love streams where it's not quiet. I remember in the days at Amsterdam that sometimes there was just 5 or 10 minutes of nothing and you guys just had to bear the silence. Well, the silence, I always try to talk, but nothing going on. And Paris is completely different. There's always something moving, something landing, something taking off, something taxiing. Because another example is there's just so much going on. Where are you? You should be there. We go. Another plane taking off from 09 left. There's a plane taking off again from 08 left. It is just endless action, and this looks like a Dreamliner, so I'm going to film this one. So enjoy this one, folks. An Air France Dreamliner. They don't have many of them. That's cool. All right, flight radar time again. So let me see what we got. On approach, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Air France narrow bodies. The 6th one turning in. And let me see. There is an A350 from Sao Paulo coming this way, which could be coming this way, and with this way I mean this runway. Let me see. On inbound, it's gonna be a little quiet in a moment. And Jim saying you're kind of surprised about the flights going to the USA. Well, it's I think only smaller airports that don't have ATC. I think the, how do you call it? The important ones or the big ones such as JFK, Atlanta, Dallas, LA, Frisco, and airports like that, they do have ATC. But the smaller ones like, I don't know, LaGuardia or something like that, they don't always need ATC. But yeah, like I said, folks, it's good to be streaming again. It's really slow paced. Every now and then there's a stream instead of every week. But it's just always nice, especially on a trip, to just squeeze in like an hour or an hour and a half of streaming. So yeah, I'm happy that you're all with me today. And just enjoying the beautiful weather here at Paris. As you can hear in the microphone, it's a bit windy, but it is pretty decent weather. The sun is out. Currently it is 13 degrees, it will be 19, but I'm not going to experience 19 degrees here because we're going to drive back to Holland around 12. It's roughly a 5-hour drive, so that means that I'll have some time to actually transfer the footage and start editing a little bit. And yes, I am Brian. I am close to the Concorde Memorial. I'm on the south side of the airport. And I can't actually turn the camera around too much because the cables are already pretty tensioned up. But I'm just left of Concorde Memorial. Sorry, Memorial Concorde. Oh, well, yeah, I'm close to this gate. Makes it easy, doesn't it? Alright, next contender, A320, if I'm correct. And indeed, little nugget, that is the little up. And just as the Polderbaan, I want to start a petition to not cut down the trees, but replace the trees or relocate those trees. That would make spotting here so much more beautiful. But it's interesting because Paris has a couple of ATC towers, this being one of them, and this is the main one. And the funny thing is, one or two of those towers actually have LED lights on them, which is really cool to see in the evening. Let me quickly check flight radar because there's a lot of people quickly parking their cars up here, so I do have the feeling that there's something unique coming. No. Oh well, there's actually an American 777-200 about to take off. Kenya is about to take off as well. Yeah, it is indeed. It's almost a privilege to be able to drive everywhere. But then again, of course, you're in Ireland, so it makes it a lot more challenging. But I can imagine that people in the UK have pretty decent stuff as well. Everything in the UK, if you live somewhere in the vicinity of the, well, not vicinity, but in the triangle of, Manchester, Birmingham and London, Manchester, Newcastle, London, everything is drivable as well. That's something I'm jealous of, because imagine just thinking, you know what, I'm just gonna drive down to London for today. Heathrow today, Gatwick tomorrow, two insanely big airports really close to each other. That's something we don't have in Europe. The closest airport for me is Brussels, and I think Brussels is 210 kilometers, 220 kilometers away, so it's roughly a 2.5 hour drive. And Paris is a 5-hour drive, Frankfurt is a 5-hour drive, Liège is 3 hours, and well, Luxembourg isn't really that interesting, but Luxembourg is also, I think, 5 hours away. And then one step further would be Zurich, which is 9 hours, Munich, which is 9 hours, Hamburg, I think, is 7.5 or 8 hours driving. So yeah, there's a lot within driving distance. But for a weekend, a 9-hour drive is just too much. And then flying, booking a hotel and taking a rental car is also not the easiest thing. But yeah, it's all pretty manageable. That's for sure. Another small Air France, and all the way in the back. It's really funny because that's basically my my indicator for what's to come. Just the till. And I'm sorry. Oh gosh, it is not comfortable. I am behind guardrails, but this road, some truck drivers really drive fast, and I'm on the inside of an outside corner, so they drive away from me. But still, the sound and the wind gusts, I always have to to hold down the tripod. Oh, awesome, Jim! Congrats on the driver's license. That's one of the biggest freedoms that you can get, basically. So congrats on that one, mate. All right, American. I'm gonna film that one. I don't even think I filmed one American Airlines here at Paris. They don't really fly many of them here. I think maybe 1 or 2 a day. So let's go. And indeed, Luxembourg is the hometown of Cargolux. And it's funny because Luxembourg has a lot of 747s, but it's only Cargolux. So after like 1 day of spotting, that's it. You've seen all of them. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. And Brian saying, my sister lived in Luxembourg for 22 years, driving down to Switzerland for the week of skiing. Yeah, that's the thing. I think from Luxembourg to Zurich is a 5-hour drive as well, which is pretty cool. And talking about something pretty cool, look at that. I completely missed out on that one. The Petit Pain, the baby bus. They are still flying them. And in contrast, look what we got. Thundering down runway 08 left here, another A350. I know I said they have 38 of them, but I have the feeling that cumulative of the weekend, I've seen over 100 Air France A350s. And all the way in the back, there's a, I think you guys can see it better than me. Is it an Air France Dreamliner? Oh yeah, it is. And indeed, the A318 as well as the Air France 330s are getting really rare. So that's a catch 'em while you can kind of plane. Alright, I'm gonna, oh no, gosh, I wanted to say I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, but Kenya is coming. So let me film Kenya as well. It's gonna be blocked by the A220, but that doesn't matter. And then that A350 I said earlier is actually on approach as well. Beautiful. Now I'm quickly going to take a sip of coffee because the next plane is on arrival, on approach, and that's going to be an Air France A350. Toto time, yeah. Well, I always call them Kellogg's because the logo of Kenya looks like a Kellogg's logo. Alright, there we go. Another Air France A350 coming in. Might as well look on flight radar where it's coming from. I think it was from, what was it? Rio? Sao Paulo? I'm not sure again. Sao Paulo. Air France flight 459er. And behind that is Middle Eastern Airlines. That's one I'm gonna film. That's really cool. Coming in from Beirut with an A330. One of the few airports where you can film them. There we go. Alright, so next up, like I said, the Middle Eastern Airways A330. You can see it just out there. Look at it gliding down. And there's another rumble coming by. Air France 777-200 rotating now. Alright, I'm gonna film this one. Enjoy the Middle Eastern Airways A330 with a Christmas tree on the tail. If you see it, you know what I mean. Christmas tree. Really nice to see their A330s. And Brian saying, got to go, kids football. Chat you in the next one. All right, mate. Cheers for tuning in. And like I said, I'll try and tune in a moment, in a couple of days when you're streaming again. Thanks for tuning in, mate. I'll see you in the next one. And Peter tuning in as well. Good morning, Peter. Well done, if I remember correctly. Alright, what can I show you guys? Oh, maybe just the planes disembarking the runway. Yeah, it's such a pity that plane actually stopped flying. It's so sad. It was actually really cool to see them at Amsterdam, and they were flying here as well. And sneaky as I can be, I quickly open up the laptop because YouTube gives me a monthly free 10 memberships to give out in batches of 5. So since I'm not streaming every week or every month, I can just give away 10 gifted free memberships every time I'm streaming. So Daniel, Mark, Ray, Wouter and Nick, congratulations on your gifted membership there. Hope you guys are going to enjoy the month of membership, and make sure to check out all the member content that's out there. The split video with taking with the phone, the TVOD video that I have, and of course the member only posts with the retros. The archive, my bad, so photos from roughly a decade ago with planes that do not fly anymore or airlines that do not even exist anymore. So yeah, enjoy that. And indeed, Peter, long time no see, out and about in Paris, and the last 1.5 2 hours of the trip I really wanted to do a stream, so that's why I'm here now. But good to see you, mate. Awesome. All right, let's focus on inbound for a moment. There's a narrow approach. Let me see which one that is. That's Air France flight 1435 from Berlin with an E190 long range. And there's a Delta 330 spooling up on the inner runway, which is 08 left. And this Embraer is landing on 08 right, for those wondering. And there goes the Delta 330. Let's see how beautiful that rotation is going to be. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's cool. That was cool. Ah, that was awesome. And Suhan, welcome. Welcome to the stream today. Welcome to Paris. My name is Bart. I'm glad you tuned in today. And Peter becoming a member for the 21st month, saying, I thought I'd never catch you on a live stream. Thank you so much for extending your membership there. Much appreciated, Peter. And yeah, well, things go as they go. And I'm just trying to squeeze in the stream whenever I go on trip. Last time I was in Brussels, but I just had too less time to also put in a stream. But it's been a long weekend at Paris. I filmed a lot of stuff, so might as well just squeeze in a stream. So thank you so much for that support, mate. Really much appreciated. And so I'm saying, used to watch your live streams a long time ago. Good to see you back. And welcome to Paris. And indeed, Babe and Han, that was pretty cool. The plane just rolling out, and then the delta basically extending out of that narrow, that E190 LR. So it looks like it's quieting down a little bit. So let me check flight radar and see what's happening. Might as well zoom out a little bit so you guys can see some planes rolling by, some planes taking off in the background as well. And I'm sorry for the people that use headphones. So by the looks of it, there's another Air France A350 going to take off. You'd almost think they have some. There's an Air France 777 300 taxiing with no destination known. Air France 777-200 to Seoul. And the Singapore 777-300 is taxiing this way as well from the northern side of the airport. And interestingly enough, there's a couple planes. They're just getting towed to the gate. Got it. I did not know that. And from the northern runway, in a moment, there will be a United 78X, so Dreamliner -10, taking off. So I will be following that one. Let me zoom in. This, by the way, is a perfect example of how elevated the roads are. Here's a car. This is just eye height, to give you guys an idea of how elevated the airport actually is. It's a perfect example of how challenging filming here is, but at the same time it's awesome. And the saucer on a stick with the 777 thundering, the A350 thundering in front of it. Is this going to be another one of those awesome shots? The A321 is still not disembarking the runway. Let's see if this is going to be another cool shot. No, I think it's going to pass right over it. Yep, it is. And by the looks of it, Kevin is coming from Singapore. He just got out of the car. Singapore? Of niet? Singapore? Oh ja, take-off. Ik dacht dat je daarvoor kwam. Oh nee. Even klaar met editen. Ja.
Wel info over een deel.
Oh.
Morgen.
Morgen?
Om 8:30 's ochtends. Met sunrise.
Och, beetje jammer dat ik er niet ben dan. Yeah, so Kevin just came and gave some information on that MD-11 that I talked about. Usually the planes have a turnaround time of somewhere between 2 and 4 hours, cargo planes, but the MD-11 landed yesterday and it's departing tomorrow morning, so that means it will be at the airport for like 36-ish hours. Oh yeah. So the funny thing is, I thought Kevin was actually showing it as well. If you guys remember, I said that Singapore 350 was coming this way, and then I corrected myself because I saw it was a 777. But flight radar is showing the photo of an A350 with the aircraft type of a 777. So
Only one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one to say to flight radar. Send them a message. I think you guys made a mistake. So I'm just trying to keep an eye out on that American or United Dreamliner on the other side. Just want to show you guys how far out that is, but also how beautiful those takeoffs are on that side. Just climb the fence. That would be a better idea, Jim, but I don't think that means that I'm gonna be able to come back here. And it looks like we're gonna get a narrow body taking off. Yep. there it is. E220 taking off. Singapore right near the baan, Kev. So yeah, for the Dutchies, you guys already heard what I said, but Singapore is turning onto the runway. I can't even see it. I saw it still. Oh, there it is. Just left of the tree. It's gonna be a nice rumbling 777. And with this light, the Singapore livery is actually stunning with that brown and dark blue. So let's enjoy. So like Kevin said, the 350, the 777-900. So I'm gonna film this one, so enjoy this one. That was a really, really late rotation. Yeah, that was indeed a very heavy plane. Oh wow. Yeah, I klimt ook goed, yeah. Oh, I was looking back and trying to pan. That's not a combination that's working. And another petit pain coming in. The Bombardier CS220. Well, that's how its life started. It's the Airbus A320 now. And if I'm correct, Air France only flies the 300s. If I'm correct, they don't have the 100s. So, still trying to see where that United Dreamliner is. Should be taking off in any moment from that other runway. Yeah, changed identity. Well, nowadays everything is possible, isn't it?
Op hetzelfde event ook.
Dat was niet op event. Well, there it is. United 787-10. Going back to America. As you guys can see, the skies are as clear as can be. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, one that's actually flying here pretty much, quite often as well, EasyJet. Didn't know that, but EasyJet flies, I think, also roughly 7 or 8 flights a day, which is quite steep. Oh yeah, and indeed the Luxair as well. And if I'm correct, if it's the same one that came in this morning, it's the special livery. Terminal building is looking really nice as well, and I don't know why, but I actually like the architectural design of the buildings here. It looks really sharp, really modern, and with a little bit of luck we're gonna see a nice plane rotating it. There's a narrow body taking off right now. There we go. Another A320. And indeed, there's the Luxair Crash 8, Dash 8. Sorry, I'm so used to saying Crash 8 because at Amsterdam there was one that collapsed on its main gear. And something that happens more with Dash 8s. And yeah, Jim, because the airport itself for traveling is a pretty rough airport because they have 3 terminals and they're all completely different sides of the airport. Really nice to see a Dash, and I think this is indeed again the, oh no, this is the normal one. Look how big those engines are. It's so cool. And at the same time, it's the gear bay. Alright, let me see the check flight radar for a moment. Gulf Air is going to take off in a minute as well. It's currently taxiing towards the runway. Gulf Air flight 19 to not available, but it's Gulf Air, so, oh wait. What's Gulf Air? Is it Bahrain? I think it is. Or, my bad, I have to say it in English. Bahrain. There's a Vietnam 350 taxiing, but that... Huh? No rain. There's a Vietnam 350 in the tow, but that one's probably gonna get towed to the gate because usually it's where that MEA is. It's the wrong zoom button. One second. I accidentally pressed the play button on my camera instead of the zoom button, so I had to disconnect. But fingers crossed that everything is back. And indeed it was a runway 22, Jim, correct on that one. But yeah, what I was saying is Vietnam will be parked exactly in the center of the frame. That's where Vietnam goes, and then I think around 2 or 3 it departs, but we'll be long gone by then. But right now it's time for Gulf Air. Gonna film that one. Beautiful livery, so enjoy it. There's nothing on approach, but that was that was expected. Like I said, there was a, we call it a dead point in arrival, where there's just basically not much going on at the airport. There's one plane on approach, but it's pretty far out. And Han saying, sorry guys, gotta go. Thanks Bart, great streaming, have a nice day y'all. Thanks Han for tuning in. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday, mate. Like I said, always good to see some common names back in the chat. I'm sorry, I tried to block the microphone. I hope it worked. Right, let me zoom out for you all so you guys can see the Aegean rotating through screen. And I just quickly sent another 5 gifted memberships, the last 5 that I could give, and what are the odds? Han was one of the lucky ones to get that one, and the other ones are Max, Luke, Marcus and Keith. So congrats on your gifted membership there. Make sure to use it for as long as it's valid, to watch all the member only content on the channel, such as videos from holiday. So that was Split Airport and Tivat Airport, as well as the archive where I have old oh, Kevin is saying Eva Air is on the runway, and good thing about that, it's Hello Kitty. So let's enjoy Hello Kitty. It's gonna be a beautiful one. I'm gonna film that one for sure, folks, so enjoy that one. It's a beautiful, sweet looking livery. And no problem, Han. Such a beautiful livery. They have two Hello Kitty ones. Well, they have a couple more, but 2 777s, and the rest is narrow bodies. But actually was able to capture it this morning. Was the first plane I was able to capture on inbound. But it's such a nice livery. Really colorful, really colorful. And fun fact, last December when I was here for 3 days. 2 days it was completely foggy, and the third day there was actually a Hello Kitty Eva Air coming this way, so I assumed it was the standard one, but that was actually the new one, which is this, and I think it's called Lolly. And that was actually its first commercial flight, which is pretty cool. And there's another 777 on the runway. This time it is I think it's an Air France 777-200. Oh no, yeah, it's a 200 to Seoul. And approach-wise, it is still very quiet. So we're just going to focus a little bit on takeoffs, which also isn't that much, but better than nothing. And indeed, a really cute livery. All right, another Thunderhouse. There we go. Yesterday there was a lot of heat haze, and today it looks really clear. It looks crisp. I don't know. There's even looking like directly in front of me, I can barely see any heat haze, which is really beneficial for filming. And of course that coffee cup. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Malaysia A350 is going to be plane number 3 on takeoff. And it is wearing the Malaysia, is it Negaraku livery. I think that's gonna be the first, maybe second time that I filmed Malaysia. So that's really nice. I really miss them at Amsterdam. And the funny thing is, I think it was a half a year ago when that fire broke out at London Heathrow. There were, well, that was not nice, but there were a lot of diversions, and one of the diversions to Amsterdam was the Malaysian 350. So it was really nice to see Malaysia again at Amsterdam after a decade, I think. Yeah, of course, mass cargo still flies at Amsterdam, but seeing the Malaysian passenger planes was really cool. Actually, really cool. Homa. Homa. Yeah. Oh, and it sounds like there's an old CEO, as it's called, current engine option. Oh, that's Aegean, I think, with the International Engine Alliance engines, which sound really cool, really good. Screamers. Awesome. Oh, and there's a truck coming, which is driving fast, so behold, folks. Oh, Jesus. Even we have some camping chairs, and even the camping chairs were like almost tipping over. Alright, so folks, I think the Malaysian 350 is going to be the last one for the stream. Then it's going to be time for us to pack up and head back north to the Netherlands to be just in time. Ah, Kevin is saying the Delta, yeah, BCRF, I think it's the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation, something like that. So we're definitely going to wait for that one. So that one is going to be the last one. I didn't see that one on Flight Radar, so yeah, let's just make that one the last one of the stream today. Will be really nice. We missed it on the inbound, so it will be really nice if we can catch it on outbound. And Jim saying there was a Cathay 777 Delta 764 with the pink stripe livery and Malaysia A350, not the same day. Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. And the funny thing is the Malaysia 350 and that specific 767 are almost taking off back to back now here. So it's funny that I'm talking about it. And I was mistaken because Vietnam is now parked up here instead of the location I thought it was going to be. But it's a really nice card game. Well, it's not really that hard now anymore, but it's always nice to try and figure out which tails there are. And every now and then, I don't know if you guys hear it, but in the background you can hear some planes as well. That's from Le Bourget. Takeoffs from Le Bourget. And they're too small to follow. And we have a little up, taking off up into the sky. There we go. And there's slowly some contrails forming in the sky as well. And that's for Peter, because Peter is a high altitude plane spotter. So Peter, there's one for you there. Oh look, that's gonna be a cross. That's gonna be nice. That's cool. Huh. That was a random one. Alright, we do have a plane on approach again. Nice to have a little bit of a change every now and then between takeoffs and landings. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be the Malaysian A350 and then the Delta BCRF livery, and then it's time to pack up and head back home. I think accumulative we have, oh that's gonna be a rough one, but I think we arrived there Friday night, Thursday night. Friday was a 15-hour day, yesterday was a 14-hour day, and today we started at 7:30. Yeah, so accumulative work week spent spotting in one weekend, and I cannot wait to edit the videos and just show you guys. Maybe I'll do some teaser shots on the community page. Maybe even make a short teaser video for the members to just get an idea of what's been filmed, some highlights that will be in the upcoming videos. But it for sure was, as we say, a productive, fruitful weekend. And another truck, so my bad if it's going to be loud. And thank you, Mr. Truck Driver. He actually slowed down. Maybe he thought I was a mobile camera. So the Delta is on the runway. Malaysia is nowhere to be found. Delta is rolling, so all right, there we go. Delta 76 with the breast cancer awareness ribbon. Where are you? There it is. All right, enjoy this one. Second to last plane of the stream. That pink ribbon is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, a non-winglet 767 is always amazing. Alright, let me see if I can actually find the Malaysian. I cannot find it on flight radar, sadly. So fingers crossed that it's not going to the northern side. Like I said, we call it the dead spot, between where there's actually a part where the planes can taxi from north to south on the west side of the airport, and that's actually a part where the flight radar almost never covers the planes taxiing. So sometimes you're expecting a plane and you can't see it. Sometimes you're not expecting anything and it just pops up instantly. I can, for the love of God, not find it. And indeed, Jim, the Saudi with the green stripes is indeed at the airport. We missed it this morning because it was too dark. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the beautiful azure blue ITA livery. And by the looks of the length of the plane, it's an A321 Neo. And it is, as Jeremy Clarkson would say. It's actually getting a little bit busier with people right now. It's not really a spotter-friendly airport, but they do have a couple of places where you can park and just walk and enjoy the planes. Oh, and would you look at that, Vietnam is lining up as well. Vietnam. Geen idee. Oh, and Malaysia is on the radar as well. Yeah, so it's going to be Vietnam and then Malaysia, and then it's gonna be the end of the stream. Like I said, there's always one more plane, but the target was leaving at 12, so it's gonna be the Malaysian, which is a really nice one, and the A380 is still getting its pushback startup procedure, so that's gonna take another 15 to 20 minutes before it takes off, which is too late for us. So. And for once we have another landing. There we go. Pretty smooth landing as well, if you ask me. Hij zit erachter. Hij pakt net op de flight radar. Alright, so it looks like Vietnam is rolling onto the runway. Let me see, where is it? I can see the tail barely. There it is. That's Nam. And yeah, Vietnam looks amazing, especially with this green light. There's a plane in front, and by the looks of the tail, it's gonna be... I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's Nouvelle Air, I think. My bad, Nouvelle Air. And it is. Oh, awesome, Peter. That's probably one we saw taking off as well. Was it from yesterday as well or not? Alright, as you can see, Nam is rolling onto the runway. And good name, by the way, Giant Coinstack saying, rare to see a live stream from CDG, thanks for this. No problem at all, Coinstacks. It's indeed, there's not that many people live streaming at Paris because it's a really difficult airport. You need to have a permit to spot, and it's not easy to have a nice clear view on everything. But I've been streaming here, I think 5 or 6 times by now. Every time I'm out here, I'm trying to squeeze out the stream. And given the fact that I've been filming so much footage now, there might be a chance that the next time I go to Paris, I'll be doing more streams and longer streams, because I can still film the airplanes while streaming. But glad you're enjoying it. It's such a nice airport. It's a really underrated airport. Like I said, it's not easy. Everything is really elevated. So getting a good shot takes some practice and some, I don't want to say skill, but you need to have the tripod really narrow to get to get it up in the air. But it's so worth it. All right, Vietnam going, so enjoy this one, folks. And after that, it's going to be the last one for the stream, the Malaysian A350. But first up, beautiful green Vietnam. Awesome, that color is just so good. Ah, got it, Peter. Such a nice livery. And there's one more on the gate. It got towed to the gate, I think 10 or 15 minutes ago. And we have an Air France landing, and you can see the Malaysian till, it's already rolling, so that's gonna be the last plane for the stream today, folks. Really felt good to be out streaming again, and I had a blast this weekend. Can't wait to show you all the footage I shot. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll do a more proper outro, but enjoy the last plane of the stream. Kocham cię bardzo, kochanie. And there it goes. Amazing, amazing livery. Oh, everybody is running. No clue why. But that's that, folks. And indeed, thank you all, like Babe said. And Jim, thanks to you too, mate, for tuning in. And again, congratulations on your driver's license. So good on you to be able to go to the Polderbaan more frequent. And Fanblade, saying good morning, sir. Will we ever stream in the Netherlands? Well, I did stream in the Netherlands, but I won't be anymore. But I do have a list or a playing list with all the streams I had, so make sure to check them out. For other people who are new and who joined today, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing if you did. Thank you for putting a thumbs up on the video if you did. Greatly appreciate it. Kochania, thank you so much for your beautiful, beautiful hard support. Kevin, thank you so much for your super chat. And Peter for becoming a new member. So again, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. It's time for us to head back to the Netherlands. And as always, I will see you all on the next one, which will, I think, be in Frankfurt. Ciao.